Hello folks and welcome back to Gamescom here in Germany. It's day 2, I'm here with Peter Brown,
hello,
Seb Ford, and we've been to see Batman Origins. And Peter, what did you make of the demo that they showed today?
Well, I gotta say, if you've played Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Asylum, you've pretty much played this game before.
Yeah.
I hate to disappoint people that are looking forward to it, but at least based on the demo we saw today, there's not a whole lot that's new outside of the point in time in the storyline.
Sure, so what we were seeing was there was a big combat section, something that we've seen before in both of them, so it's just a group of guys all taking their turn at coming at you. They give you the little indicator saying, I'm about to punch you, but the only thing that seemed to be different was that you had a new piece of equipment.
Charge gloves or
which
something?
is electrically charged gloves, which would just cause a little bit more damage that you could then charge up and effectively take on the exact same style of combat that we've seen before. So when we were watching that, we were I think you and I were both thinking, this looks very similar.
Yeah, and you could use the glove to charge up a little power station to open a door. And there was some stuff that I guess you could call new, but it really wasn't interesting.
No.
Bashing square, like you said, avoiding enemies when the icon pops up.
Yep.
You get the same kind of finishing moves. Been there, done that.
Sure. The only other thing that I saw was the zip line, which is another mechanic they've added.
Okay,
that's
true.
Where you can fire, for example, in enemies, you can shoot one into one enemy, into another, and they'll smack together. Yeah. And then for use in the sort of more detective mode style stuff, you can fire it across a room and use that zip line to perform the same kind of zip line attacks that you would get from zipping across raised obstacles.
Yeah, it's a new mechanic, but it doesn't really change the dynamic of the gameplay very much.
Yeah.
When you shoot it at two enemies and they bash heads together, that's it. You can't. It doesn't really get that much more complex based on what we saw. And if that's what they think is going to sell this game, I wish them good luck. Now, unfortunately to say, I was also disappointed by the 3DS and Vita versions of the Blackgate entry in the Arkham Origins series.
Sure.
So this is effectively a 2D side-scroller that uses, for lack of a better word, the Metroidvania mechanics, where you discover new skills, you go back, you explore new parts of the map.
Yep.
It has the same sort of mechanics in terms of combat as the 3D title. You bash square a bunch, you avoid enemies by hitting triangle. But it just sort of seemed to have these elements without really tying them into something interesting.
Sure.
Now, in terms of the storyline, it fits in where there are holes between Origins and Asylum. But that's it. That's really kind of the only thing that's on offer here. The boss fight I played was really boring.
Sure.
It was very, very simple.
Yeah.
And overall, I just felt like this was sort of trying to tack on something to the Origins or the Arkham Origins entry. So I don't know. It's Batman's future doesn't look too bright, and it doesn't look very different.
So Peter, it hasn't been a great one, certainly for Batman at Gamescom this year.
It's been okay for Batman.
It's been okay. And like we said, if you love the last 2 games, this will work perfectly for you. It just doesn't seem to be too much in the way of fresh content. But don't worry, there is plenty more coming out of Gamescom. Just stay at GameSpot.com for all of that great content.